So you guys did about 20 cook-offs last year. So that's
That's a
very
lot.
respectable. That's a lot of
Yeah.
cook-offs. I mean, not everybody can be like Aaron, Leslie, Robert, and Phil, and and Bill, where they
Mhm.
cook 45 to 50 cook-offs a year. So
Yeah.
that's a hard thing to do. So, but 20 is very respectable. Are y'all planning on doing another 20 this year? Y'all gonna try to venture up to maybe 24, 25?
Well, the goal is to do a little more this year, hopefully,
Okay,
depending on how things go. So
right.
we're trying to branch off a little further out than the Houston area. Houston area is pretty much where we cook. Uh, I think Smoking on the Reel was the furthest we've ever gone, other than going to the Royale last year.
Right.
But
Okay.
that's the furthest south we've ever been. I think before that, the furthest south we had ever gone was Ingleside,
Okay.
down by Corpus.
Right.
But now
That's about
we want to
six
branch
miles
out.
from me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You're down in Lee's
We-
neck of the woods.
So,
yeah,
So
so wait, so the American Royal, was that your first KCBS event to do?
Yes.
yes, that was the first time we ever done the KCBS.
What
And
did
we went, knowing that it was going to be tough, but we just wanted the experience. We
yeah.
wanted to go up there, so it was fun,
Oh
learning
yeah.
There it
experience.
is, right?
Oh, it's fun. I mean, if you got the opportunity to go cook it, you need to go cook it. So,
Oh yeah.
and it's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. So, wow. Um, Brandon, what about you, man? I mean, how long you been cooking and stuff?
I started in April of 2023 um, here locally, and only did about 10 the first year, and then last year I picked up quite a bit. I did probably close to 30 cook-offs last year,
Wow, that's very
and
impressive.
So where do you live in
it
Texas, Brandon?
what's that?
Where do you
I live
live?
in I live in Hockley, so northwest Houston, suburb of Houston, right close to the barbecue store, like 20 minutes away from Hempstead.
Okay.
So you are always competing against Renee and Miguel. You are kind of always at the same cook-offs.
Yeah, I see them a lot. I'm up here. I probably live 15 minutes from Bill, so I see Bill a lot. Obviously, uh, Bobby
Robert.
Smith all the
Yeah.
time because
You're in his.
right there in Hempstead. So
Yeah.
yeah, we're always competing against the big dogs. There's not
Hmm.
too many cook-offs that I go to that there's not at least you know
Right.
half of them are
Yeah, you either got
legit.
Robert to deal with, Bill to deal with, or both of them to deal with, and then now you got Renee and his brother Miguel. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty stacked field down there in Houston right now. That's for sure. So,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
wow. So, how
Are
many
any of
cook-off?
y'all cooking the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo or Austin Barbecue Cook-Off?
No, we've
No.
never cooked either one of those.
No,
Okay.
never,
Would like to,
never
but
cooked
we
any of
haven't had
those.
a chance.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
you. All right, so let's talk a little bit about where y'all. What do you cook on, Renee and Miguel?
Uh,
What could y'all
Race
cook
crew
on?
drum smokers.
Okay, drum
Okay.
cookers.
Yeah.
All right.
We got two
Thanks for
the
citing
55
those.
gallon. Yes. And then two 30 gallon ones that we cook on.
Okay. All right. Have you always cooked on those from the get go?
No, we started on an offset the first year. And then about after a year and a half, we switched over to drums. And
Hmm.
we got our butt kicked for the first 5 months probably until we
Right.
got used to it.
Right.
And then we started getting a lot more consistent on it.
So let me ask you a question then, because this is always and kind of go into some detail for our listeners, because we got quite a few folks on now. Do you like? Do you tend to like the flavor profile a little bit better on the drum as the offset, or did you see a big difference in the flavor profile?
Yeah, you see a difference, but me personally, I like the offset better.
Okay,
But the drum smokers are so much easier for comp, so much faster to cook. Ain't got to be
right.
up all night feeding the fire.
I
So do
got
you
you.
think the judges are liking the offset? I mean, liking the drum flavor better than the offset flavor right now?
Uh,
I
It's
think it just
working.
depends on where you're cooking, because I mean, I hear a lot of people, like we went down to Shiner and cooked Shiner last year, and everybody was telling us that all they cook in is offset smokers, and they were saying, well, y'all not going to do any good because y'all use drums and stuff. And so we went down there and we cooked, and we didn't change anything up. We used our drums, and we wound up hitting first place brisket, you know.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
wow.
It just, I don't know. I mean, to me, I like the taste better on offset, but for competition, like my brother said,
Okay.
I think so many people are using drums now. I think the flavor profiles are pretty much all the same, So
Yeah.
I don't know.
And you can sleep in 2 hours later, it sounds like.
Oh yeah, we don't have to get up
Oh,
till 5 o'clock.
Yeah, that's
So.
for sure.
Big difference.
What about you, Brandy? Do you cook on a drum or do you cook on a offset?
Mostly I cook on drums. Right now I got 3 Quattro D drums that I'm cooking on. And I got a Gateway go-to that I use for half chickens right now.
Okay.
But this weekend I'm switching back to cooking my ribs on a pellet grill.
Okay.
Mhm.
I just had I was cooking on a pellet grill for a while last year for about 6 or 7 comps in a row and doing really good with it. And I got the new drum, so I switched back to all drums, and my ribs for some reason have fallen off. And so I'm just going back to what I know worked before,
Mm-hmm.
and going back to the pellet grill for the ribs.
Yeah.
But everything else is I cook on drums.
Do you
Okay.
use this product right here for your pellets?
Yeah, and my pellets I do. Yeah, I use the comp blend.
Yeah, the comp blend is really good.
Yeah,
B&B's
championship
got,
blend.
yeah, that
Yeah,
champion
that's
blend is
good.
good.
Championship blend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay. Okay. You know, it seems like the pellet cookers are just very, very easy on ribs. You have so much indirect heat. It just kisses them with just the right amount of smoke. It doesn't get them over smoky. And man, it gives them beautiful color because they color up really well. So, can you go a little bit longer? Like I know on pellet cookers, a lot of times I hear people going about 2 hours before they wrap to get good color. Where on a drum, it's usually like an hour and a half. Do you see that as well, Brandon?
Yeah, I mean, it depends. Like for me, it depends on a lot of stuff, like the time of year. Like sometimes my ribs will still color up on the pellet grill in an hour and a half.
Okay.
And sometimes they'll color up on the drum faster than that, an hour and 15 minutes, or
Right.
an hour.
Right.
And I've let them go like too long, where they got too darker than I wanted them to get on the drum. So I usually try to start checking them I check them every 30 minutes, but uh, right at 45 minutes to an hour mark, I'm really checking them like every 15 minutes to make sure I don't get them too dark.
Get them too dark. Yeah. Okay. Are you
And
just
you
trying
run
to get
about
that?
300, 285, 300, 320.
On the drums, yeah. When I was running race crews, I had a race crew, and that thing loves to sit at 285, which was perfect for the ribs.
Right.
These Quattro D drums, they're a lot more similar to Gateway, so they'll get hotter, and they'll sit at closer to 300, 325. So you got to kind of,
Right.
and if you choke them off too much, they'll die out. So you got to run them a little hotter, the ribs a little hotter on that. Right at 300 is
Right.
usually where they're at. So, but when I go back to the pellet grill, I'll set the pellet grill right at 285.
285. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a good number. All right. Good. Chris got a question. Any of you guys cooking Victoria this weekend? Yep.
No, we're taking the weekend off.
Yeah,
You're taking the weekend off. Man,
Yeah.
now's the time to put the throttle down, guys. So, and ain't time to waste. So that's funny. Okay,
There is a
Brandon, you're
cook-off
gonna
in
be there.
Sinton as well. Victoria is the state championship, but you can come on down to Sinton and cook this one.
I'm on the Aaron
So
Leslie
it's about 70 miles
program,
south of Victoria.
Oh, okay.
I'm only chasing states, so
I got you.
I got
Smart
2
man.
jack bones, and I'm trying to get as many as I can. So
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
That's what Aaron
Nice.
does. How many state cook-offs do you try to make most of yours state championships?
I would say 95% of my cook-offs out of 50 to 55 a year, about 95% are state championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and Brandon, you already got two bungs, you said?
yeah, I got two jack bones so far. So
There you go.
Nice.
There you go. That's nice.
Renee and Miguel, you have any bungs for the jack?
Not
No,
yet.
not yet.
We hope to have some soon.
There you go.
Right.
There you
Yep.
go. That's the way to do
Yep.
it right there.